Hello everyone, it's Officer Brick here. Thanks again for joining me. And in this video, we're going to be taking a look at another fire-related MOC. And here we have my aerial unit, my ladder truck. So fire trucks generally carry lots of tools and of course ladders. And some of them also have this gigantic ladder right up top, which is referred to as an aerial. Hence why this is called an aerial ladder truck. This particular truck, it's not modeled after any truck per se. I was just going for, your typical ladder truck. I was also trying to get a little bit of authenticity in there, and I felt I was able to do that for the most part. This build is a 6-wide build, and in terms of the color scheme, again, just in keeping tradition with my Legos fire department, we just kept it red and white with the exception of the cab area. So on the cab, like the roof area, if you saw some of my other trucks, you notice that those areas were white, but because the ladder is white, to me it didn't matter too much. I think it still fits in with the color scheme that I have with my other trucks, and there's enough uniformity to keep it with my fire department. So overall I am satisfied with it, and the color as well. So if we just take a look at it here, you'll notice on the side of the truck there's a number of compartments, and we've got special equipment in each compartment here. So we can see first compartment we've got some oxygen bottles, and then in the middle compartment here we have a crate of tools. I'm just going to open up the other side here. Makes it a bit easier to take it out. And here's our crate of tools. And inside we have just got a walkie-talkie. We've got a saw, could be very useful. Got a mallet. And then we've got this, whoops, here it is. We've got this large wrench, which would probably be good to use on the fire hydrant. So, and then we just slide that right back into the center compartment, and that was easy. Moving on here, the next compartment we have is right up in here. So we have there we go. We have a couple of what's meant to be water bottles. Especially good if you're working in heat and you can easily become dehydrated. So definitely makes sense to have water bottles on board, or if you're involved in a rescue and you want to make sure your victims get water. That's very important, of course. And we can see in the back of the truck here we've got we've just got amber lighting and warning markings on the back of the truck there. It's from another set, but I thought it would look good on the back of this truck. And then as we get to the other side, we have more cabinets. Up in here we have, I think it's a fire extinguisher. Yeah, we have a fire extinguisher in this one. And then we have more oxygen bottles. And of course we know what's in the center compartment. And then right below here, this is sort of our system to hook up our hose and run our lines out to the nozzles. As you can see at the tip here, we have one nozzle, so we can always run our hose out. And then you probably noticed on the sides of the truck here, we've got these, I've got these axes put on. Now, I realize that fire trucks in general don't actually have axes hanging off the sides of them, but I had these pieces left over, and I wanted to use them, and so I decided to just hook them to the side of the truck. And you know what? Overall, I'm pretty happy with them and how it turned out. You know, they're really fantastic pieces. I'm glad Lego produced them. And then if we just take a look up here, we've got, I'll just put the ladder up a little bit so we can see a bit better. We've got a control panel, mostly for our ladder, and then we have a couple of wheels up here that would control the valves, maybe for the water, or you know, it could control other items. I mean, they're more for decor than anything. I know generally we don't see those wheels at the top of the trucks, but again, pieces I had and I wanted to try and make use of them. And of course, we've got our large aerial, our large ladder up here. So the ladder can rotate, but it doesn't rotate all the way. It stops just here. So I mean, you know, we can rotate one side to the other, but if you position your truck just right, you know, it shouldn't be a problem. You know, you can still get to your building and commence rescue operations. So that part's good. And I'll show you the ladder, I think, with maybe I'll just take the truck into my city and show you a little bit in there. If we look at the front of the truck here, on the aerial unit, on the ladder, we've got some lights, and then of course we've got our emergency lights up top, and some in the grill, and we've got the mirrors on the truck here. So I mean, you know, it's your average build. You know, you have all your necessities to make it a roadworthy vehicle. All right, so now we can sort of see the truck just rolling in here. And if we had to use the ladder, so our ladder deploys, and it goes up pretty big, almost to the top of my town hall here. And if it had to, it could go further than that if I just move the hose forward here. There's another section of ladder that can be extended, so I could technically get right up to the very top of the town hall. So it is a good sized ladder on there, and definitely would be adequate in any kind of emergency or any kind of cat stuck in a tree. Next, we'll just take a look inside the cab section here. I can only really fit 2 figures in this one, believe it or not, despite the size of it. But well, that's what happens, unfortunately. So if we just take a look inside the cab here, you can see we got 2 firefighters in there, and you got your one driver, and then you got your other specialist who's ready to go in. And yeah, it's really just because of the roof and this piece that sort of holds them together. So they don't have a lot of head space. They have a lot of cab space, just not a lot of head space. So that pretty much wraps up this MOC. I hope you all enjoyed having a look at it. And I still have a few more fire apparatus that I'm going to be showcasing. Those videos will come somewhere down the line, but we're not through with the fire department just yet. So I hope you'll stick around and join me for more videos. And feel free to leave me a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next video.